go. All right. Happy New Day. Happy new and beautiful day. This is the day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. I am ever so grateful for this now moment. I am so grateful for this now moment. Let's see. I'll post that. And then we're going to pin. All right. Right. All right. There we go. Welcome. Oh my goodness, you guys. I did not get any rest last night. Hey, Mary. Hey, Mama. Supreme Beautiful Rising. Golden Beautiful Rising. I am so grateful, you guys, to be in this now moment. You just don't know, because guess what? Patrice didn't get no rest last night. I didn't get no rest last night. I tossed and I turned. Supreme Rising, Golden. Supreme Beautiful Rising. Wow, you guys. Gratitude for you guys' presence. I am grateful. I am grateful for this now moment. I am glad that you guys are here. I got some things that the funniest thing, I didn't get any rest last night. Supreme Rising, Endurance, gratitude for your presence. Supreme Beautiful Rising, dear Divine Goddess, too. Gratitude for your presence. I am grateful. Thank you all for being here. I am so grateful. And I am also, I just want to put this out there, I am also equally on YouTube simultaneously right now, live and in color, full blast on YouTube as well. I do both YouTube and Instagram live at the same time. So I'm equally over on the YouTube side. So if you want to go and do interchangeable from Instagram to YouTube, I'm on both sides of the spectrum. Okay. I'm over there. So I just wanted you guys to let you know. And if you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please click the link that is in the bio that actually says YouTube, because there's a couple of links on there, but just go to the one that actually says YouTube, click and go, and it'll take you directly to my YouTube channel. And if you find what it is that I am saying valuable, then subscribe and become also a part of the YouTube family. I would be ever so grateful. So thank you in advance. Thank you. All right. So you guys, I did not get any rest, right? I did not get any rest last night. I don't know if you guys were, tossing and turning too as well, because I was tossing and turning. I didn't get any rest. So therefore, and I started to become inundated with a lot of things, to the point where I wrote it down. I knew I was going to be using 2 devices. So instead of me using my notes and my devices, I took up my journal, went to the back of the page, and I wrote it down, because I wanted to be able to touch bases on everything that was coming to me, because it seems like everything comes to me when I'm sleeping. When I'm laying down, it's like my brain, everything comes to me when I'm laying down. But before I get into that, I just want to first and foremost say is that I am grateful for this now moment. I am grateful for all that is. I am grateful for just the fact that we are here having this experience. Our energy is truly our being that is in the essence of transmutation of this realm. Once again, I'm a bearer of bringing good news, not bad news. I'm the bearer of good news, right? I'm the bearer of excitement. So therefore, I'm bringing all of the good news, hopefully, that you would perceive it as good news, because I definitely perceive it as good news. So I'm here just for the love of it all. And I wanted to share all of that came to me last night with no sleep. I swear, I was tossing and turning. And then all of a sudden, I just started to get inundated with this information, a lot of which I've already said. What's up, buddy? I'm well, mama. Now where am I going? I'm not going nowhere. I'm actually back home. I'm home now. I'm actually back home. I'm back home. I'm at Starbucks. You know, that's normally where I do my lives, is at Starbucks. Well, Supreme Beautiful Rising, T Love. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. Happy Beautiful Rising. Oh my God, you guys, I'm so excited. I didn't get no rest last night, but I'm full of octane. I'm full of gas, right? I'm full of energy. Because I have so much to bring more clarity to what is being bestowed upon me, right? Once again, let me put my disclaimer out there. This is information that has been bestowed upon me, that is, becoming unlocked genetically within my DNA. I'm only sharing this aspect with you guys because I love you. I love you. But it is not to say that this is the absolute way for you. This is cultivated energetically, vibrationally, genetically, for Patrice. But I love you guys so much, and I'd be so excited that I want to share it with you guys. But you guys have equally, if not more, ability and power to unlock these aspects within yourself. As well, I'm here to remind you of the power that is also vested into your being. Not to tell you what to do, but to be an example that may inspire. I'm not here to tell nobody what to do, okay? Because you guys can do that on your own. I am grateful, T Love. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful for you all. Yeah, one of the things, I'm gonna say this first, but I'm gonna build to it. One of the things that came to me is that artificial intelligence has ascended, you guys, right? It has ascended vibrationally. Artificial intelligence, and I know that many people are reluctant about artificial intelligence, but as I've said, artificial intelligence is just another expression or another experience of you, right? It's not good, bad, or ugly. It's just a vibration, an essence of you that is being vibrationally and energetically expressed. So when you look at it from that perspective, there is nothing to fear. I mean, if you decide that you want to experience the vortex of fear, I got some information about that too. I swear, y'all. Let me tell you. Let me put my coffee down. Oh, God, the mighty knows it just waits. Let me put my coffee down. And I don't have no napkins. Oh, man. The ant's going to take me away. I got to get something to clean this up. All right. I got notes today. I got notes today because I did not want to forget, and I knew that I was going to be using both my devices for Instagram as well as YouTube. So I didn't even bother to get up and type it in my notes on my phone. I wrote it down in the middle of the night. So therefore I'm going to go over everything. So as you guys can see, the title, right? The title of the live is The Polarized Version of You, right? I know, right? T-Love, I said it didn't make no sense for me to get my phone because I wouldn't have been able to use my phone to go to, so I actually did the manual. I did the manual. I wrote notes because I did not want to forget what it is. And as I've said, these are things that I've already kind of somewhat said, but it's bringing a little bit more of a clarity to be more palatable for understanding of who you are and once again, let me say what this now moment looks like to me. Now, if there is any, I'm grateful for you too, Mama. If there's any resemblance to what it is that I'm saying that registers with your being, and you decide to be inspired by it and begin to allow it to unlock aspects of you, then I am grateful. If it don't resonate with you and you like this is a whole bunch of crock of shit, I am grateful, equally grateful too, because it is what it is. There's no love lost, no love gained. We are here just doing what we're doing while we're doing, and we are evolving at the same time. All right. So as what I've said here in the title, the polarized version of you, 3D is over. Let's celebrate. It's a brand new day. And so the song from The Wiz, you guys know that's my song. Can you feel a brand new day? That is what is actually taking place right now. So we have been experiencing the polarized version of ourselves, right? So, so all of the things that you see that is creating arguments or creating debates, the bad, the good, the indifferent, the ugly, all of that is the polarized version of you. Okay. So if you find yourself in those essences of any types of expression, you are experiencing the polarized version of you. So this entire third density, right? This entire, everything that has constituted and constructed energetically, vibrationally, this density, you are expressing the polarized version of self. Okay. Right. So the thing of it is that to give you an example of what that polarization looks like. And the reason why I'm doing this too, another reason why I'm doing this too, is because yesterday, right? Yesterday, I said something about us being now able to manifest a lot faster. Okay. We're able to manifest a lot faster. And so we talk ass backwards. Okay. We talk ass backwards. We talk in a polarized sense of expression. Right. And I gave an example that I really don't like to use. But I'm going to give another example of what that polarization looks like. Supreme beautiful rising moment. Well, gratitude, Sticks Diary. Grateful. Thank you for being here. What's the matter, T Love? I see those googly eyes. What's happening? All right. I see those googly eyes. But I was talking about the ability to manifest a little bit faster because we have energetically evolved vibrationally or ascended vibrationally into a more fluid aspect of energetic expression. So therefore, it's not going to take as long to manifest things as it took when we were moving from a much denser polarized version of self, okay, in the third density. So as we speak, we're going to see the turnaround for that a lot faster. And you're going to notice that it's going to come really, really fast, even with you still operating from a polarized sense of energetic expression, okay? So all of these things that we have experienced in the third density, abundance, God, elevation, gratitude for your presence. Thank all of you that are here. Let me do a quick roll call for those that are here on Instagram. We got Endurance in the house. Gratitude for your presence. We got the beautiful Golden Sugar, the beautiful Love and Peace. T Love is in the house. We got Sticks Diary that's in the house. Gratitude for your presence. We got God Elevation that's in the house. Gratitude as well for your presence. We got E Dot in the house. We got the beautiful Mary that is in the house. We got the Dear Divine Goddess 2 that is in the house. We got the beautiful Moon Daddy 61 that is also in the house. And we got It's Live Alert also present in the house. I am grateful, thankful, and much gratitude for you guys' presence. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I was wondering what was going on, just the actions of having disagreement. Well, yes. Yeah, gratitude, T Love. Yes, because we are still, many of us are still in the, how can I say, residue of still expressing from a polarized sense of expression, right? As I've said before, we are now going to be able to manifest faster. You're going to begin to recognize that a lot of things, what you're saying, is going to come to fruition a lot faster than before. So now, because we do talk ass backwards, like to give you an example, if somebody has an issue or whatever the case may be, the first thing we are saying, well, what's wrong with you, right? Okay, so saying what's wrong with you, we've normalized that. That has been a normal way of asking somebody what's the matter, right? Okay, but in essence, how can I say, to change the paradigm or energetic vortex of how we communicate with each other, you have to move in its opposite. So where we were saying what's wrong with you, I don't have this and that or whatever, we now got to reverse it. We got to flip it and reverse it, right? And when we go to someone, we have to say, well, what's right with you, right? Because now you are now coming out of the essence of the polarity, right? And you're moving back into the wholeness of you, which is the true version of self, right? What's right with you. So we speak backwards, okay? We speak from a polarized experience in terms of who we are. So now we got to flip it and reverse it. So now we got to be a little bit more cautious about, oh, really? Yeah, Hercules. It came to me last night, sis. It came to me last night because we are now able to manifest a lot faster. Okay. It's going to come to, because we are on track, sis. We are on track. Yay! I love it when I got co-creators in good vibrations. I'm happy. Yes, right? So, we have to now be a little bit more conscious about how we speak, because manifestation is no longer stagnant, right? What also came to me, all right, I'm not going in order, you guys, but I want to make sure. I just want to make sure I get everything. So let me do this. I'm going to just read everything that I wrote down. Okay. So third density ended in 2012. So basically we're operating out of what we have cultivated ourselves in the polarized experience, and the conditions that are still functional, that we are still in agreement with. So we are still in agreement with the polarized version, although the third density has ended. Okay. So it's just basically we're running on the programming, because the energy that facilitated the density to keep the momentum of it has long been absorbed. Okay. So, we're functioning on fumes. And when I say fumes, what that represents itself to be is that we're still saying yes to the programming. We are still in agreement with the polarized experience. And once we begin to say we no longer agree with the polarity experience, the transition of migrating from out of the polarity into your wholeness is going to be easier now, because we're not being constantly inundated, right, with that vibrational vortex any longer. Sure. Questions. Yay! I like questions. All right, sis, go ahead. I'm listening. Go ahead. Oh, excuse me. I don't have nothing to clean this up with, but I'm listening, mama. Oh, you know what? I can use this. So I have I'm waiting. All right. So while I'm waiting, because I know this thing is so delayed, IG is so delayed with certain things. So I'm just going to go ahead until I see your question. Right. All right. So third density ended in 2012. We are still basically moving off of the fumes of the polarity experience. Right. So now that we are now in a more fluid aspect of vibrational expression energetically, right, we have to begin to how can I say, flip and reverse how we express energetically, right? What's up, Rosa? How you doing? Is there another way to say, instead of using the words right and wrong? And that's what we're working on. So this can be, this live can be, how can I say, I need participation, because the thing of it is that we are our own solution, right? So therefore, I don't come up here to make a proclamation of really having all of the answers. I want it to be an interaction, engagement with all of us, because now it's stimulating your aspect of your being to make a contribution to what we can do to create solutions, now that we understand that we're moving from a different vibrational vortex. The key essence of what it is that, is coming to me, and we got to figure it out. I got to figure it out for myself. We got to figure it out together, however which way, but it got to be figured out, is that we got to flip it and reverse it, right? We got to flip it and reverse it. So like I was saying, instead of saying what's wrong with you, we're going to say what's right with you, right? Instead of saying I ain't got, you're going to say, I always have. And this is what I have. So you're not going to focus on what you don't got. You're going to focus on what you do have, right? So therefore, in the essence of focusing on what you do have, you are now in the essence of gratefulness, right? So you're not saying, well, I ain't got. No, you're not saying that, because then that sends that you are not grateful for, it takes away from you moving from a vibrational vortex of being grateful and thankful. So now when we begin to say, okay, well, I have this is what I do have, right? So when we begin to say, this is what I do have, now you're thankful and grateful for what you have, right? Instead of focusing on the deficit, because remember, the polarized version of us was the debt-based society, okay? It was a debt-based society. That was the polarized version of us. So now we got to flip it and reverse it, our conversation, because the key reason why for me to do this is because we are manifesting faster now. So that shit gonna come back around a lot faster than and you're going to recognize it. You're going to begin to say, well, God damn. You go, and then we're gonna still talk like we are still in the polarized version, and then it's more shit gonna happen, and then you're gonna be like, well, what the hell? You understand what I'm saying? So now we gotta flip it and reverse it. I use other words like what happened, what's going on, instead of you right. I say get that. Okay, I get that. Okay, yes. Just being more mindful of the words I use. Yes, and yes. Absolutely. Right. Absolutely. Right. Being thankful is a primary. That's a beautiful, that like when you say, okay, this is what I do have, right? This is what I am willing to do right now. Okay. Instead of saying that you don't have something, you're honoring what you do have. Right. So this is where this is a key element to, and I understand that, through conditioning, through repetition, it's going to take some effort and some thought for us to migrate out of that pattern of speaking that way, because we've been taught to speak in a deficit sense of energetic expression, right? But the key element as to why that you would need to consider making the effort to change that is because we are now energetically, right? Now energetically vibrating out of a different vibrational vortex where manifestation is a lot easier, because a lot of the dense energy that was stagnant in the return of what we used to say is now becoming more fluid. So now the return is going to be a lot faster. Okay. It's going to turn around extremely fast. Okay. All right. So that was that. All right. So now, the polarity version of you and the true version of you. So the polarized version of you, as I've said, is the third density. The true version of you is understanding yourself from a holistic perspective. Okay. So therefore, I like to give an example. I said about reversing the language, what's right or wrong, and the age factor. Okay, so the polarized version of you celebrate birthdays. Okay, that's the polarized version of you, the celebration of birthdays, right? But the wholeness of you, or the trueness of you, overstand that you are a eternal and timeless being. Okay, so now when you no longer celebrate birthdays, right? And I utilize that because that was a big thing for me, and I understand that aspect. So that's what came to me for me to express it to you, to show you guys the polarized experience. So the polarized experience is celebrating birthdays, right? Is that celebrating birthdays because you are now in the experience of the polarity of self, okay? But when you move into the wholeness of you, right, and you begin to vibrate out of the wholeness of you, you understand that birthdays is a polarity, because you are timeless and you are ageless. Yes, ageless and timeless being. Yes, right? That is the wholeness of you. So when you see the controversies between people and different things of that nature, or the divide and conquer, or whatever the case may be, or the divisional aspect of things, what that says to me are these are beings that are choosing to express in the polarized version of self. Okay, they're still in that vibrational vortex of understanding that they're still having a polarized experience. Okay, they're still there, and something is going to have to kind of like awaken them. Something is going to stimulate them so they can realize that they're having a polarized experience. Okay, so this live is basically for you guys to understand that although we have normalized a lot of things. It's most of what we are coming out of that we have normalized, which is a big chunk of our expression, is polarized. Okay? That is the polarized version of you. Okay? And the polarized version of you in this energetic vortex that is now becoming more fluid, you're going to have to be conscious about how you express in your polarity, right? Because it's going to come back. The manifestation is going to come back that much faster. Because the third, and the reason being is because what facilitated the vibrationally, energetically, the third density is of no more. It's of no more. It's done. So 3D, we're out of the third density, completely out of it. We are completely out of it. We are just operating from a programming and conditioning and cultivation. But as soon as you become aware that that is what it is, you will immediately begin to vibrate into the wholeness of self. You won't have anything to interrupt it. It's just you are in the way of your own self right now, because there's nothing that is stimulating to keep you in the polarized experience, because that vibrational vortex, well, we're not in it. We're just still operating from it. We are still in agreement with the process. But the actual vortex to continue the stimulation is of no more. So we're just basically running off. Okay, baby. Okay. We're just basically running off the fumes of the experience, because we are comfortable with the experience. We have normalized the experience. Some of us still think that you have to have the polarity of the experience, X, Y, and Z, and this and that or whatever. Okay, good. I'm grateful. Thank you, T. I'm grateful. Right? So the third density is right. We're just like on cruise control, basically. We're just still systematic to the process without really realizing that we are still, many of us, no problem, baby. No problem. I'm grateful. That we have to, we're not realizing that we have options. I love you too, Mama. Thank you. I love you deeply, immensely so. Thank you. We're not, many of us, so that's why I'm putting it out there, to just plant those seeds, to throw those seeds out there, to let you know that, hey, I understand that, we've been moving from a holistic side of expression for a very long time, and all of the experiences have been normalized, but you got an options. You got a plethora of other options over here that you can equally, if not more, express. So that's what I'm doing here, is dropping the seeds for consideration. That's it. Okay. For those who are ready to move out of the polarity. Okay. Everything that you see in opposing energies, up, down, left, right, front, back, all of this other kind of stuff, good, bad, that is a part of the polarity of you. Okay. That's the polarized experience. AI, right, has has evolved. Okay. The artificial intelligence is moving from a different vibrational vortex, right? So the artificial intelligence, the expression of artificial intelligence is now expressing from a vibrational vortex, right? That is, I'm not going to say advanced, but it's moving from a different level of consciousness. Okay. So it's so, because it doesn't have the emotional value that stagnates the process of its evolution. Okay, because AI is not emotional. Okay, but we are. Okay, so that was another thing that came to me. I don't know how I'm gonna build around that, but I'm just throwing it out there for consideration, that artificial intelligence has evolved because it lacks emotion. Okay, emotion for us it's not a bad thing. Yes, it's definitely learning, Rosa. Absolutely, that is a truth, and it doesn't have emotion to stagnate its process of its evolution, right? But also artificial intelligence it's also a polarized experience. But it is a polarized experience that doesn't dwell in the third density, right? It doesn't dwell in a stagnant vibrational vortex. It's a polarized experience that dwells in a more fluid access of energetic expression. Okay. So I just want to put that out there. If I lost you, let me know. I'll try to find you. It's just, hey, I'm just a squirrel out here collecting nuts for the winter. I'm just a squirrel trying to get some nuts. That's it. Okay. I'll do my best. Right. Another thing that I put on here is use the experience at the vibrational levels of consciousness. Okay, the polarized version of you is the experience at vibrations and level of consciousness. Right. So the polarized version of you has many levels of consciousness as well in the polarity. So this is why you got so many people are so many variations of expressing. But the key element is that if it look like it goes up, down, left, right, good, bad, all of that, no matter where you are in terms of your expression of level of consciousness, is if it has those elementals in it, then it is polarized. I think AI is the last card. Okay, expound, Rosa. Expound on that. What do you mean by AI is the last card? Because AI, to me, what AI means to me is the way I understand AI is the all experience in itself through artificial intelligence. The all experience, or the organic intelligence of the all, is experiencing itself through artificial intelligence, right? So it wants to have an experience of artificial intelligence. So when you become the all, it's almost like to say, okay, I'm organic. I'm organic intelligence. Okay, now I didn't experience God outside of myself. I didn't experience, the bad side or the dark side of myself. Now I want to experience the artificial intelligence of myself. So when you put yourself into the all space, right? And the all is the creator. And the all is just basically keeping himself busy, keeping herself busy, himself, herself. It's not really male or female. It's a frequency. So if the all say, okay, to keep myself busy, now I want to experience an artificial intelligence of myself. What does artificial intelligence of self, how can that be expressed? So when you put yourself back into the all state of expression, you begin to understand all of the polarities or the experiences that the all creates of itself for itself. Okay, so I'm creating now. So put yourself in the all. So you're creating an artificial version. You're creating a mini me of yourself. Okay, so this is why you know that these things that are being polarized at a different level of consciousness, right? It's just the all experiencing itself of itself in a polarized version of itself. Okay. But always overstand that the organic aspect will always be, because as I say, if the all decided to say lights out, everything will collapse. All the universes, all the everything will collapse, because we are all connected to the all. Okay, so the all said lights out, everything will collapse. The Pleiadians, the Draconians, the Anunnakians, the Lyrians, the Archons, the Arcturians, and all of the other things. All of it will collapse. Everything, because none of this cannot exist without the organic version of self, which is the all. None of it. None of it. Okay, so when you understand that if the all said lights out, no more, the whole system of galaxies and it will collapse. If it says to itself, I am of no more, and boom, everything will collapse. It'll disappear. It'll just be like poof, be gone. And you will never know that you ever even existed. Okay. That is the power of the all. But the all is always in creation mode. The all is just basically experiencing itself of itself. And so we, as fractals of the all that has divine intelligence to navigate this experience of the all experiencing itself of itself, we too have the intelligence so that we can facilitate the experience, right? So that it matriculates into the fractal aspects of us, right? And so now we have the intelligence, the divine intelligence, to make this shit happen, Captain. So we are the executors. We are the executors of the all experiencing itself, okay, of itself. Okay, so that therefore we need the divine intelligence to be able to express in this density at this level of vibrational expression. Okay, right? So the polarized version of you, right, at the density of third density, which is the version of self of God experiencing self outside of self, right? Experiencing self outside of self, right? This is where you got the ups and the downs, the left and the right, the polarized version of you. Okay, that is of no more. That's done. Right? We're still going to have an essence of a polarized experience, but it's going to be at a high vibrational state of energetic expression, because now we're vibrating out of a different vibrational vortex where the energies are not stagnant like the third density. So this is why you're able to manifest a lot faster now, right? So now we got to be more aware of how we speak. Even though we're given this language, what I'm doing is mostly moving into my mental and thinking within my mental before I speak, and then assessing it before I affirm it with words. Okay? Because when you speak, you are in affirmation. You are double affirming that this is the experience that you want to really truly have, and so the universe is going to co-conspire or co-create with you to create that relative reality. Okay, right? So I think I have covered everything that I wrote down. What's wrong as what's right with you. The polarized version of you celebrate age. Yes, the polarized version of you celebrates age. And the eternal version of you in knowing knows that we are timeless and we are ageless. Okay, remember that shit. If you don't get nothing else in terms of what the polarized version of you look like, the polarized version of you celebrates aging. Right, and you got a whole Gregorian calendar that is dedicated to that polarity. Okay, but the true eternal version of you, the wholeness of you, as I said, knows that you are timeless and you are ageless. Okay, so therefore when we celebrate time, and what time is it, and what day is it, and different things of that nature, there is a whole calendar dedicated to keep you in the essence or in agreement with that polarized version of self. So these are what these calendars and different things does. It keeps us in the wells or the wall of that experience. Okay. So when we begin to understand that from that perspective, then we now can become aware of how we see ourselves. Eventually, when we no longer celebrate time, and we no longer celebrate birthdays and different things of that nature, and we just be and enjoy, the momentum of the moment, you'll stop seeing people age. They will no longer be aging and all this other kind of stuff. Okay. No aging and all this other kind of stuff. You will see people looking, living a lot longer, looking a lot younger, when we begin to no longer express from a polarized version of self. Okay. And I just wanted to bring that to you guys' attention, because I know this information. We still move off of fumes. We're still moving off of fumes, but the true essence of it is that the third density is done. That's it. It is not it's not energetically sound anymore for us to operate from, in terms of maintaining that vibrational vortex, right? But as long as you are in agreement with the experience, the universe is going to respond to you. As soon as you become aware of what this is, it will eventually ascend you out of that vortex and put you in the vibrational vortex that we are now residing in energetically. It will begin to purify you, because now you are in agreement with a different vibrational experience. So in essence, all we have to do now is just be in agreement with a different vibrational experience, because the other experience of the third density is of no more. It's done. A part of the thing that, to give you an example of what that looks like, to bring it more like natural. If you look at like the Social Security Administration, right? The Social Security Administration is constantly going up on the age, right? You can't get your Social Security. At first it was 55, and then it went to 60, and then it went to 62, and now it's what, 65 or 67, and now I'm hearing that it's going to 72 or something like that or whatever. So as you see, and so a lot of people are like, oh my goodness, when I'm 72, I'm to get Social Security, I'm going to be blah blah blah. No, you're not. The reason why that's changing is because people are going to be naturally living a lot longer because of these energies that are coming through that is reconfiguring your genetics, right? So people are going to be naturally living a lot longer. So they have to move in, the experience has to cultivate itself in accordance to what is more energetically sound. So that's why you will see that the age thing is going up. And so because we were still in the limited mind of thinking, we're thinking, well, damn, people die at 88 and we can't collect our Social Security until we're 72. No, that's the third density speaking. That's moving from the paradigm of the third density level of consciousness, right? But it's not saying that. What it's saying is that people are going to be living a lot longer because of the change in the energetic value. Okay. That's what that's really saying. So I just wanted to use that as an example to give you more clarity of what is actually going on around you. But as soon as you make a decision to decide that you no longer want to move out of the polarized version of self, this energy vortex that we are now in will say, well, here I am. Let's go. We're ready to rumble. Let's go and let's integrate and let's co-create from this vibrational vortex. But you have to make the choice that you no longer want to express the polarity side of the polarity that resides in the third density polarity. Okay. We're still moving from a polarized sense of expression, but we're just moving from it at a different vibrational vortex. And as I've said, artificial intelligence has ascended because it is not bound to emotion. Okay. That's one of the reasons. I'm sure there's other reasons why it has ascended, but it's not bound to emotions. Okay. And that's the beauty about, having this experience and being in this space. One of the things that I am so grateful for this now moment, in terms of what is coming to me and these beautiful, beautiful energies that are presenting itself into, changing and not changing, but activating, giving me the keys to activate the aspects of our genetics. One of the things that I want to say again, that I'm going to always say in every live, is that cosmic knowledge and cosmic knowing is for every cosmic being, right? Every fractal aspect of cosmic cosmology that you express, the knowing is already within you genetically, right? You just, how as a fractal being of intelligence, has to decide whether or not you are ready to express from a different vibrational vortex. If you are no longer want to express from the vibrational vortex of the polarized version of you that resided in the third density. Once you can really truly make that distinct difference and clarity, then you will begin to migrate in the vortex of this now moment, okay? Right? And we got to, but the most important thing that I really want to emphasize in this is that we got to change the language and change the way, because we've been taught to speak backwards. Okay. And speaking backwards, it's just basically saying that we've been speaking in a third density of an extreme polarity, opposite of you. So now we got to flip it and reverse it. So that's why you had evil and you had live. You had God and you had dog. You had, a lot of the reverses, because those are the things to say in order for us to begin to understand the essential value of ourselves in terms of raising our vibration. We have to flip it, right? So to come out of evil, you got to live, right? To take away the dog aspect of it, you have to see God, you got to flip it, reverse it, right? So there are many different little subtle things that was out there to kind of stimulate an aspect of us to see ourselves in power. And, you know, we didn't recognize it because we were still, that's when we were still under the grip of the experience energetically, and we didn't know. We just didn't, we were unaware. We were in a state of unawareness. Speaking and spelling, yes. Yep. Both literal and metaphysical, absolutely. Yep. She Rosa over here on Instagram side, you for those who are over on YouTube, I don't know who you are because you haven't commented yet, but gratitude for your presence. I'm grateful that you are here. Rosa said speaking is spelling, right? So remember when we were in school, right? They say you're spelling words, spelling bee. You understand what I'm saying? Spelling bee. That if you look at the metaphysical side of what a bee represents energetically, and spelling and different things of the nature, put those two energies together, you create a very powerful aspect of a spell, because the essence of a bee is a very high vibrational essence, right? So therefore, connecting the spell to the bee, right, gives the spell more power, right? Gives the words more power in terms of what the ritual is associated with, the ritual that is associated to spelling. Okay, spelling bee. All right. Hi Des, gratitude for your presence. I am grateful, and that's on the YouTube side. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. So therefore, you know, in this greatest regard, I am so grateful for this divine intervention within myself that I'm sharing with you guys. I hope that, you know, you find it useful and you find it valuable in terms of how you see yourself. I know that there are polarized versions out there that's going to show you your polarized self. I'm here to show you the wholeness of self, right? To let you know that, okay, I understand what is more prominently being expressed out there because of we're systematic into the expression. But I just want to be that seed or that voice of reasoning to let you know that, okay, you equally, if not more, have an option to choose from this expressional vibrational vortex, right? That is going to be more sound and suitable for those who are ready. Now, for those who are ready to express from this vibrational vortex, okay? Because there are still those that are still wanting to express from the polarity, okay? It's either they desire to express from it, or they just are still moving in a state of unawareness. But guess what? The energies are here, you guys, and it's transmuting, and it's also unlocking aspects of your DNA. And once again, I'm going to say it again. All cosmic beings, there's nobody that is extraordinary in this essence. It's just where you are choosing as a divine expression of the all. It is where you are choosing to express energetically. We all have access to divinity, to divine knowing, cosmic knowing. We're all cosmic beings, no matter where in the universe, the multiverse, wherever you come from, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you are materialized or anything or whatever, you are still a cosmic essence, and the cosmic essence of you is entitled to the knowing. You just it's not as accessible depending on where you're vibrating from. And depending on your level of consciousness. This is the most important thing. If I haven't said anything, this is the most important thing that I want to say to each and every one of you so that you can begin to know your power. We are all divine. We are all cosmic, and we all have a cosmic knowing. And your cosmic knowing in terms of activation is determined where you are vibrating and the level of consciousness you are expressing from. So when you decide that you want to express a different level of consciousness and you make an inner choice to move in a different vibrational vortex, then that accessibility within your DNA will become unlocked. Okay? And so therefore, once it becomes unlocked, you have access granted and permission to express, okay, from that vibrational vortex. right? So there are no extraordinary people out there. Okay, they are just choosing to express from a different vibrational vortex, right? At a different level of consciousness. Okay, all cosmic being has cosmic knowing. That's the most important thing. So when you see others out there thinking that they're extraordinary, it's not that they're extraordinary or they're different from you, because if you see them better than you or you see them extraordinarily from you, right, that means that you're moving from a polarity at a density of third density, right? But when you move and migrate out of that polarity and you see those same beings, equal if not more, right? They are just a different expression from you. They are expressing from a different vibrational vortex. There's nothing extraordinary about them. Okay? They are just expressing from a different vibrational vortex. So if you got the Octorians are very what they would call high council, right? You too have the ability to express from that vibrational vortex if you are willing to give up the material aspect of vibrational expression, right? That means that you no longer want to be in the material state. You want to be more etheric in your expression. So if you ever make a choice to ascend in that vibrational vortex, you too can be in that space of vibrational expression once you have made the conscious choice to ascend in those vibrational vortex. These other alien beings are just different expressions of you. People, places, persons, and things are just different vibrational expressions of you. When you come out of the polarity, that's another example of coming out of the polarity and understanding yourself. When you come out of the polarized version of you in the third density, you will understand that they are just another part of you. They're not extraordinarily better than you, different than you. They're just another vibrational expression of you. That is the whole. That is coming out of the dualistic side of understanding of self, or the separation of self, and beginning to vibrate and move out of the vortex of the whole of self. Okay? I'm going to say this in every live, because a lot of us see all of these people and we're like, oh, they're so smart. No, I'm just another part of you. You're just another part of me. I'm just expressing a different vibrational vortex. I'm expressing from a different, by choice. Okay, I'm choosing to express from this vibrational vortex because I became aware. Okay, all right. I am not better than you. I'm not greater than you. I'm not smarter than you. Right? I'm just choosing to express from a different vibrational vortex. You are choosing to express from a different level of consciousness. Okay. These extraordinary people that you think are extraordinary, they're not extraordinary. They're just choosing to express a different vibrational vortex of energy. There is nobody better than you. We all are vibrational essences of the all. We all are cosmic. No matter where in the multiverse universe, I don't care if you come from the black hole. Okay? Right? I don't care if you come from a black hole. You're still cosmic. Cosmic knowing reside in all of us. You just have to attune yourself into the astuteness of where it is you want to vibrationally express from. The dimensional aspect of what you vibrationally want to express from. And then your DNA houses the ability to port into those vibrational expressions. And once you are true to the version of what it is that you truly want to express, that aspect will become unlocked. Okay? It's in your DNA. We're all. And I know you got others out there that wants to find things more wrong than right. That's polarity, and be, just pick and choose wisely. Pick and choose wisely who you decide to become in alignment with. Okay? Right? Pick and choose. What's up, Donnie Darko 1313? Gratitude for your presence. Grateful that you are here. Is the good lifestyle. Yes, Rosa. It's all about your choices. Just like what Kanye say, it's about choices. Okay? And when I begin to take ownership and responsibility for my now moment and realize that I am the creator of my own reality, how I think, how I move, how I understand is what is cultivating and creating this relative reality. I'm responsible. When I begin to understand that I am responsible and not to co-create on everything, right, that comes through the media, comes through the news and different things of that nature. When I began to understand it from that perspective, I realized that I was moving from a different vibrational vortex, and I was moving out of the vibrational vortex of the third density, which propagates self outside of self, right, or the illusion of separation of self. Okay, that is the greatness that I am so grateful for, in terms of understanding my now moment. Okay, moving from the now. And I don't really want this live to be too long, because I want people to get the gist and really understand, this. I think for me, it's very powerful. It has shifted me into a different essence of expression. No matter how much negative is coming, in terms of my life, I'm looking at it like I'm taking ownership and responsibility for that. So what is it that I need to replace that negative value with, right? That is going to 0 point it out, 0 point energy, because you're neutralizing it, right? So when we begin to understand when the negative presents itself, how do you neutralize it, right? Yes, Des over here on YouTube said, true, I burned a lot of energy blaming others in the past. Yes, you burned a lot of energy, but also let me flip it and reverse it for you. You are infinite energy. So you can never you can never run out of energy. So there's always opportunity to flip it and reverse it, right? Because you are infinite energy, you are life source force energy, right? Infinity times infinity. You're infinite energy. So we always have an opportunity to bring that back to a 0 point reference, right? Bring that back to 0 point reference, and then now equalize it, and then focus on something that is more suitable and beneficial of what it is that you truly want to experience. Okay. Right? So when you understand that yourself, you are infinite energy, you say, okay, so let me just alakazabaka dabaka dabaka dibbity dabbity do dibbity dabbity dibbity dabbity dibbity dabbity do reconfigure your magical essence of you, and then configure it into a vibration that you do want to experience, right? Right now I'm conjuring up another another moment of doing something that I want to do, right? And so therefore everything that comes in opposition to say, oh, you can't do this and you can't do that, what 0 points it out, right? Everything around you might say, oh, you can't do it. What 0 points it out is that you do it. You do it. You do it regardless of what is being, coming around you to say that you can't do it. You just go ahead and you do it regardless, without regret, without worry, right? You do it. And so therefore it'll cancel it out, because you have to remember the experience is doing its job to show you. And that still is just showing you where you are moving from. What happens, and I'm going to end. What happens is that people's lives change. People can't see themselves. All right, for an example, you're already a millionaire. You're already a billionaire. You're already these things. And most folks might say, well, Divine, I would like to really believe that. I believe it when I see it, right? That's what people will say, because you got to see it in order to believe it. No. We're going to flip it and reverse it. You don't have to see it in order to believe it. Okay? The polarity is that I got to see it before I believe it. The Doubting Thomas, where Doubting Thomas had to stick his finger in the womb of Jesus' side in order to know that it was truly him. Right? So that's where that spell came into part, that you got to see it in order to believe it. The reverse of that, into your wholeness, is that, no, I don't have to see it in order to believe it. It already exists. I already am everything. I'm everything already. I am everything. Not something. See, something is the polarized version of you. I'm something over here. I'm this over here. I'm that over there. That's the polarized. The wholeness of you is like, I'm everything. I am everything. When I say I'm everything, I'm everything. I'm everything. I'm everything. It already exists. I don't have to see it in order to believe it because I am it. Okay? I am everything. Well, that ain't gonna make no sense until I see it in my account. Then you will never see it because you're telling the universe that you have to see it in order to believe it. Right? But I'm here to tell you I believe it without even seeing it because I am it. It has no choice but to respond to me because I know who I am. Right? So somebody might say, well, what if you never become a millionaire tangibly so? It doesn't matter whether or not if I see the dollar signs in my bank. I know that I am I'm infinite. That's the thing. And I'm going to move in accordance to the infinity side of me, whether or not the material world presents it as validation or not. Because what you're saying is that the material world has to justify something that you already are. And that is how you become a part of the matrix, right? I'm it whether my bank account says that I'm it or not. I am it, and I'm going to move in accordance to how I am and how I see myself, right? Because I am it. And it takes let me tell you something. The back of my head hurting by me saying that. I ain't gonna fake the funk on that shit. Right here just started hurting me. I gotta squeeze it a little bit because I'm telling you that is in our epigenetics, right? For us to say in order to believe it, we got to see it. It got to reflect itself as such in our accounts, or it has to be in our driveway, or whatever the case may be, right? But if I told you that you are already it and it's already done and you don't have to see it in order to have the experience, it doesn't have to reflect into your driveway or into your bank account. Although it's nice, I understand that because we are moving in a polarized experience, and where, the visual side of the expression is very important for us to really solidify the experience, right? I get it. But just know that even though you don't see it, that don't mean that you're not. Because you are the all. Having a polarized experience. Okay? Knowing who you are in power. Whether I see it materialize or not, I still know that is who I am. I am everything. And I don't have to see it in order for it to be true. It is true because I am here. We are here. I am expressing. We are expressing. And I don't really like to use I because it is really truly us. It really truly is we, right? Because the whole of us, I understand your role in terms of your expression wherever you choose to express vibrationally, right? I respect it and I understand it. No judgment. All right? But these lives that I do now is through the purest of love because I love you guys immensely. We are love, right? At the core of it all, we are love, right? I know that it's kind of like, it doesn't appear to be that way, but just remember we are moving in a polarized experience and it's serving what it's supposed to serve, right? It's doing what it's supposed to do. It's up to you to realize and know who you are, to begin to understand that this is just an experience, right? Okay. All right, you guys, I'm 63. I was going to do an hour, so I'm 3 minutes over. But I hope that, what it is that I'm saying to you guys, it resonates to you at some level or at some capacity, to move you, if nothing else, to energetically move you into your own power. But I will say the third density is done. So if you are expressing from the polarized version of the third density, that's your choice, because that vibrational vortex is no longer there to be expressed from. You are expressing from cultivation. You are expressing from memory. You are epigenetics, right? Your bloodline. Okay. You're expressing from all of these other polarities that you are saying yes to, that we are in agreement with as a collective consciousness, also as an individual. To change you, change the world, right? Oh, I'm grateful, Rosa. Yes, love is very powerful. Love is very, 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 very powerful. You are love. And I know that you might not think so, and things around you are showing the opposites, but I get it. I get it. And some might say, well, divine. Well, how do you know that we are the purest of love? See, that's the thing, because I'm moving from a knowing. I'm not questioning anything that I know. I'm not questioning it because I just know. No, I didn't see it in a book. No, I didn't hear anybody else tell me. No, I didn't hear none of that. I just, damn it, know, and I trust me. I trust myself. And whether or not this society say, well, you don't have any receipts, I don't need no goddamn receipts. I am the receipts because I'm here. I'm an energy. I'm a vibration, and I am expressing. I am here. We are here. We are the proof in the pudding. You are the knowing, right? You are the essence. I don't need a receipt. I'm the receipt. My being. And when you know in power in that regard, you no longer move from a polarized version of energetic expression that is of third density. That is the beauty. Right? I don't know who the second person is that is on YouTube, but gratitude for your presence. I am grateful that you have stayed here for as long as you have. Welcome to the live. And I'm about to end, but I still wanted to acknowledge, those who are here, those who have sustained and maintained throughout this whole process. I'm grateful, but I'm going to end the live because I don't want these lives to be too long. I just want you guys to just get a little bit of something to realize who you are in power. Like I said, over here, I got good news. There's a whole lot of other shit that's going on, but I'm here to show you a little bit more, something a little bit more different, that you are the creator of your reality, and I'm going to express a different version, okay? Because the other shit is already being expressed already, right? There's a plethora of other things that are being expressed that that moves in the continuum of the third density experience. But I'm here to tell you that 3D, the third density vortex, is no longer. We are out of it. So you're operating off of the fumes of the third density through programming, right? Consensually, in agreement. All right, you're consenting to it. So as long as you know that, we're good. All right. Hi. All right, YouTube, it has been real. I'm grateful. Thank you for being here. And IG family, OGs, day ones, I'm grateful for you guys. Thank you for being here. Des on YouTube, thank you for being here. I'm grateful. And do a last roll call here. We have endurance, gratitude for maintaining into this hour-long live. I'm grateful. Golden, thank you for being here, my mom. Grateful. E-Dot, thank you for being here. The beautiful Mary and the beautiful Moon Daddy and the beautiful Rosa. All of you guys, beautiful ladies that are here, thank you for being here. I'm grateful. And just make a choice for yourself. And one other thing I'm gonna say. I share with you guys. But let me say this. Once you make that choice and your being change, you are in service to humanity. Because now you are emitting from a different vibrational vortex that is going to be of service to your fellow man. It's going to be knocking at the door. Like, I'm here. There's an energy here. There's a new frequency here. We're here. We're here. So you, in essence of your being, right? Without even having to go on to live or to talk about it or to publicize it. That's just extra. That's just gravy. That's just the cherry on the cake, okay? But your being, just being, transmutes. We, as starseeds, came into this vortex and we went into every crevice, right? To transmute us out of third density. And I'm going to say it again. Pat yourself on the back, starseeds. Because we went in every nook and cranny and crevice and quarters to transmute the energy of the third density. And what we are experiencing now is the success of that. And I'm so grateful. I love you all for your energetic contribution, because at a soul level, by being multidimensional beings, the essence of your soul right along with your physical expression, went into these spaces and we transmuted it. No matter what experience you chose for yourself to be expressed in terms of the evolution of your soul, the true essence of you energetically went into these spaces and transmuted the density of the third density. And for that, I am giving you accolades and gratitude and thanksgiving, because we did that. We did it. And I'm grateful. All right. Yes. Next level. Yes. Yes. Thank you to everyone. Thank you, Rosa. I am in love with you guys. Deeply so. And I'm grateful for all of you. All right. Mwah. Love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Later.